happening in terms of the movement? How much is it changing in terms of from a turnover perspective that we have new people coming in? From an external hire perspective and people exiting, but how are people moving internally, moving within that sphere? And how are they moving within the overall organization? So the dotted line on the outside says people who are moving to other parts of the organization. So it's one way to look at, in a kind of a summarized view, to try to get a bigger picture view of that nature of the change that's happening for any kind of employee population that you might want to focus upon. So hopefully those examples are illustrative and helpful to give you some different ways to think about, really how to be successful transitioning from a more tactical view to a much more stepped back and analytical view. But let me transition now and try to give you a different cut of how to make that kind of movement that is focused now instead on kind of a bit more of a roadmap, if you will, of some of the approaches to it rather than necessarily what you want to measure. And let me start with sharing a little bit, as I said earlier, that relates to from a maturity model. And this one's a great one from Burson. And that they put together a maturity model that looked at trying to give particular names for where people are, at a reactive level where you're really focused on a lot of that tactic of the operational reporting. Or proactive level, you're getting to the more advanced reporting, you're getting information pushed and delivered, you've got summarized information in dashboards, you've achieved that level. Then the strategic, you're starting to get some of the things I talked about, the segmentation of the workforce. You've got some models of how you're expecting the workforce to develop that you can test against. And then ultimately that level of predictive, where you've transitioned from looking at the past to being able to make